Hello and welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. Um, well, on this daily cricket show, it's going to be the Sri Lanka versus Pakistan match, which really the pendulum once again in this whole test match, we have seen the pendulum has been swinging either way, and Sri Lanka continued their collapse yesterday, and they were all out for just 96 runs. The only thing that really saved them was the cushion of 220 runs, which gave a target of 317 runs to win the match, and the Pakistani innings were in absolute tatters when half the side were in the pavilion for just 52 runs, chasing 317, and it looked like Sri Lanka will be wrapping up the match today itself, and they would have taken a 2-0 series win. But those plans were absolutely thwarted by a wonderful partnership that happened between the skipper of the team, Sarfraz Ahmed, and Asad Shafiq, the vice captain. So the captain and the vice captain really putting their heads down, chiseling together a 146 run partnership towards the close of play to not only save Pakistan from any further mishap, but also now with the target being pruned down. So basically, if you look at the figures here, Pakistan require another 119 runs with 5 wickets remaining, and one probably, if at all this particular pair is dismissed, then Sri Lanka will definitely have a chance. But if this pair is going to stay, I think Sri Lankans are the ones who have to worry about it. So, but and also have a look at some the second T20 which is coming up. It's a must-win match for Australia to keep the series alive against India at Guwahati. We'll have a look at that, a brief sneak peek, I would say, and the sneak peek at some cricket news as well. So, but first, let's get on with this match, and Sri Lanka resuming on their overnight score where they were really struggling with 5 wickets down, as you would remember. That was yesterday. When they were really struggling when Chandimal was out, the score at 34 for 5 at close of play. Kushal Mendis was the crease along with Naroshan Dikwala. So Kushal Mendis and Naroshan Dikwala slowly started pushing the score along today by adding 25 runs before the first victim being Dikwala. Now Dikwala was a victim of the bowling of Wahab Riaz. Wahab Riaz actually angling the ball to Dikwala, and Dikwala trying to flick it, was out caught by Sarfraz Ahmed for 21 with 4 boundaries. After that, we saw the next wicket to go was Pereira, Dilruwan Pereira, and suddenly the wickets kept on tumbling after that. After Naroshan Dikwala's dismissal, Yasir Shah had Dilruwan Pereira LBW for naught. Rangana Herath tried the sweep shot. Even Kushal Mendis was playing the sweep shot. And the score read like 7 wickets were down for 60 when Dilruwan Pereira. But with only 5 runs added, so the score reached 95. And that was the time Haris Sohail was brought into the attack. Haris Sohail was bowling his first over, and he brought a very quick end to the Sri Lankan innings by bowling them out for 96 when he took 3 wickets. First, he took the most important wicket of Kushal Mendis, who was caught behind the bowling Haris Sohail for 29, 4 boundaries. And then he had Rangana Herath, who was really doing his job very well. But here he was caught on the sweep shot by Babar Azam for 17 with 3 boundaries. And then Haris Sohail nailed Fernando LBW for naught to leave Gamage not out on 1. And the Sri Lankan collapse continued as they were all out for 96. As I said, it's only the 220 runs cushion that actually saved them and set Pakistan a target of 317 runs for victory. Abbas 1 for 6, Yasir Shah 2 for 47, Wahab Riaz got his one more wicket, man was 4 for 41. Haris Sohail just bowled a solitary over in which his analysis read 1 over, no maiden, 1 run and 3 wickets. So that was a very swift end to the Sri Lankan innings for Dot. Now Pakistan were given a target of 317 to win, and let's look at what happened. So in the 4th over of the Pakistan innings, it was Gamage who actually gave them the breakthrough when he had the better of Sami Aslam. Sami Aslam was gone nicking to Mendes, so he was gone. That was the first wicket to go. So Sami Aslam was a goner for one, so that made it 5-1. And then Shan Masood and Azhar Ali really they knew that they had to settle down very well, and that's what they precisely did, defending very well, prodding very well, and really occupying the crease. As in 20 overs they added just 31 runs, but that didn't really matter. But when the score reached 36, the tragedy started hitting the Pakistanis very hard, as suddenly the innings plummeted from 5-1 to 52-5. From 36 it all started when Azhar Ali was the first victim, as he was caught by De Silva of the bowling of Pradeep for 17 with 2 boundaries, and then Harris Sohail was caught by Dikwala of the bowling of Pereira for 10 with 1 boundary. That was a big wicket. And then Shan Masood, who had so far stood the test well, also fell victim to the Dikwala Pereira combination for 21 with 1 boundary. And then Babar Azam, who normally has this habit of getting out just before the session ends, and that's what precisely happened. Babar Azam was also sent back to the pavilion packing by Dilruwan Pereira, who had taken 3 wickets now, and he had plummeted the Pakistanis to 52-5, and now it was a case of survival for Pakistan with 5 wickets down for 52, and there were 2 new batsmen at the crease. One was the vice captain Asad Shafiq, and he had Sarfraz Ahmed, the Pakistan captain, for company. But they definitely had to really weather a very good spell from the spinners and other bowlers, and which they did it. They kept on doing it. It was not so easy for them. They were beaten a couple of times, but I would say they managed to survive. And they once they survived, and slowly they bided their time. When they started biding their time at the crease, slowly the runs started coming with some nurdles, with some flicks, with some cuts, and suddenly a bit of confidence growing with both the batsmen getting into some bit of stroke making as well. And suddenly one saw that the Sri Lanka, who had a stranglehold on Pakistan with the score on 52-5, had actually let the stranglehold in a very loose manner, as Asad Shafiq and Sarfraz Ahmed totally frustrated the Sri Lankan bowlers by putting on a marvelous partnership. What a partnership that was. From 52-5, one would have probably not given Pakistan a chance on the 4th day, and probably one thought that the match would be getting over on the 4th day itself, where Sri Lanka would have got a test series victory. But those hopes were totally quashed by the captain and the vice captain, as Sarfraz Ahmed towards stumps was not out on 57, and an unbroken 57 with 4 boundaries in an unbroken 146 run partnership with his vice captain Asad Shafiq, who initially was a bit sedate, but later on he unveiled some few good strokes, some good pull shots that he played, as Asad Shafiq was 14 shy of a century now. He was not out on 86 with 8 boundaries, and Pakistan went to safety at close of play on the 4th day at 198-5, thus needing another 119 runs to win the match on the final day. And the one good thing for Sri Lanka would be in probably, I think, 5 or 7 hours time, the new ball will be due, and that is a big factor which will help them, especially in the morning session of in the day-night match. So it would be something which could probably help them. So 198-5 is the total. The bowling, Lakmal 11 overs, 4 minutes, none for 28. Gamage 13 overs, 4 minutes, 1 for 27. Really impressed with this bowling. Rangana had 19 overs, 2 minutes, none for 53. Fernando 8 overs, 3 minutes, 1 for 6. Dilruwan Pereira 21 overs, 1 maiden, 76 runs and 3 wickets, was the one who really caused a bit of chaos in the Pakistan camp today. Mendes 1 over, none for 7. So that's the match situation. So as I said, for Pakistan, they could make 119 runs and win the match, and for Sri Lanka, their best bet would be the second new ball that would be due. But for Pakistan, it is all dependent on this particular player, Sarfraz Ahmed, the captain, the vice captain, who probably have to nurture them to victory if at all it has to happen. Because after that, they still have some batting, but one can't really be saying that that could happen, because it's virtually Mohammad Amir can bat a bit, Yasir Shah can bat a bit, Wahab Riaz too, but still it would be in the fitness of things if the captain, the vice captain, Sarfraz Ahmed and Yasir Shafiq could go the distance and get Pakistan a victory. So if Pakistan do that, they would be squaring the series 1-1, and that would have warmed the cockles of all the Pakistan fans, I reckon. And for Sri Lanka, if they win it, they would have won the Test series 2-0. And I would say this rebuilding, the rebuilder, as I named it, the rebuilder Test series, because both the teams are rebuilding after their stalwarts have retired. Sri Lanka have been there for quite a long time after their Sangakkara and Jayawardene retired. And I would say that for Sri Lanka, if they win it, they would be the rebuilding team which would have won it. If Pakistan win it, then it would be a draw of the series, as you know. Well, dear fans, subscribers, that is as far as that particular match is concerned. Now let's get on to the second T20 match, a brief preview, a sneak peek, I would say. India versus Australia, the second T20 which is coming up. India won that truncated first T20, as you would know. So the Aussies definitely have a lot to look out for, no doubt about it. So the Aussies will be hoping, let's see the forecast as to what it says. And I'm told this is a new stadium which is going to hold its first, has already hosted international cricket, but this is the first one-day international match which is going to be held at a new stadium in Guwahati, Barsa Para. So one does not know what to expect from this pitch. David Warner, Finch, well, they definitely have their work cut out, and as I said, it's a must-win for Australia. So the Australians are the ones who are under a bit of pressure here, and they would be hoping that they could really get their best batting out tomorrow, and they will also hope that the match goes the full distance. Whether Glenn Maxwell will play tomorrow is still open to question. In a T20, I would always try to see that Glenn Maxwell figures in the team. As far as India are concerned, Shikhar Dhawan has already shown, has really made his presence felt in the team already after coming back after a break, and the team is looking in good shape according to me. It's a nice composition. Everything is coming together well. The Yuzvendra Chahal, Glenn Maxwell the encounter would be something that one would like to watch. And the bowling is in the hands of Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah. Well, as I said, I can't dwell more on this particular match. As I said, it's a must-win match for India, for Australia. And if India win the second T20 at Guwahati, it would be curtains for Australia in the T20 series as well. So they will be hoping that they can put their best foot forward tomorrow and hope the game goes the full distance without any weather interruptions. Now, the other cricket news that I would like to talk to you about is the former Australian player and also cricket commentator nowadays. His name is Dean Jones. Has been, as you know, Afghanistan has been hunting for a coach. He has been appointed as the interim Afghanistan coach. So that's the news which is coming in. And as far as Pakistan news is concerned, Mohammad Amir, as you know, is out of the ODI series against Sri Lanka. Is going to be replaced by Usman Khan. Usman Khan, who really created a real sort of big news when I thought it was in the Pakistan Super League or any of these matches. He really showed that how pacey and bouncy he can be, Usman Khan. So he would probably get his debut. So Usman Khan has replaced injured Mohammad Amir. Well, dear fans and subscribers, there's nothing to really talk about. Yes, the ICC is going to be having a meeting. It's going to be held in New Zealand, in Auckland, where they would definitely be discussing about the prospects of a Test Championship and ODI league structures. A lot of those would be probably the main items on the agenda which would be there. Well, dear fans, subscribers, on this note, it's about time for me to say goodbye on this cricket show. and promising you that I'll be coming up with more of this cricket show tomorrow. Until then, this is your host Ram taking leave from you all. Thank you.